of cinema is a whole other universe with its own rules, where stars are being born, fading away, the world of ideas and technologies, so inviting and accessible. We'll visit movie sets, film festivals and movie theaters to find out what makes contemporary Kazakh cinema. Kazakh cinematography as part of national culture in global context. Personalities and movies, fresh ideas and prospects for the development of movie industry. You can find out all about it in our new project, Cinema Live. Cinema is one of the most mass entertainment art. There are 73 movie theaters in Kazakhstan with 260 halls. More viewers these days choose local films. 30 Kazakhstani feature films of different genres were released in 2017. This number doesn't seem to be too high, but it indicates that Kazakhstani cinema is alive and growing. What shall viewers expect this year? To find out, we need to sneak into the very heart of any film, to the set. Pull it like this, and then slightly, up until here, or like this. That's even better. What about from the top? Will that be more difficult? Not at all. Even easier. Yes, that's easier. Film industry has its own magic, a mystery that is born in the long process of preparing the scene. Every member of the crew is like magician, but the head sorcerer is the director. We are now in one of the pavilions of the Kazakh film studio. Rustem Abdrashev is on the set. It's the shooting of the second season of the Kazakh Khanate historical period drama. Cameramen are searching for a frame. Set builders transform the space which will later be inhabited by the heroes of the series. And here we see young warriors gathering by the fire. Attention, roll sound. Action. That's it. Recording clean sound. The phones must be turned off. Camera, action. Rustem Abdrashev has always been passionate about the movies. It's his lifelong love. He shot his first movie based on the works of his father, poet Joly Abdrashev. The Island of Revival became a reference point for a young artist in his creative endeavors. Honest, sincere cinema, national in spirit, with universal values, these are the heights the Kazakhstani filmmaker is trying to achieve. He dreamed of making a historical film for a long time. While working as director's assistant, Rustem took part in filming a large-scale historical film, The Downfall of Atrar. This film was shot in 1991 by Ardak Amirkulov. It seemed like an insane idea to shoot a movie this grand while the Soviet Union was collapsing and there was no source of funding. They had to save every penny and turn this challenge into stylistic choices of the movie. Less lights, a riot of colors, dark cellars, frequent rain and the coldness of nature. This takes you right into the chronicles of the past. The Downfall of Atrar was an extraordinary event for Kazakh movie industry. This was the first unbiased reference to the ethno-history of the Kazakh peoples. It even found its way into Martin Scorsese's film collection, which is a very well-known collection among filmmakers. Ever since then, when shown on international festivals, the movie begins with titles Martin Scorsese Presents. The experience gained by Rustem Abdrashev during the filming of The Downfall of Atrar is very valuable. Back then, I knew I wanted to be a director, dreamed of shooting period pieces. And now the dream came true. A Gift to Stalin was an important stage in Rustem Abdrashev's professional path. This is also a historical piece. The film unravels dramatic events in the post-war Kazakhstan. August 29, 1949, the first explosion on a nuclear test site blew near Semipalatinsk city. This film is a true story about the fate of the people repressed by the Stalin regime, who were deported to the Kazakh steppe, and about the tragedy of the victims of nuclear tests. The movie The Gift to Stalin was a great success at the World Film Festivals. The organizers of the prestigious South Korean Film Festival proposed to hold a world premiere in Busan. This was the first time in the history of Kazakhstani cinema. On the 2nd of October 2008, the Kazakhstani film was opening the 13th International Busan Film Festival. 7,000 people were in the audience watching the film. About 200 films from around the world have fought for this right. I'm very excited right now. There are so many people at the premiere. Most of our film crew are home in Almaty. Few of us are here. I'd like to introduce my team. Here are our main actors, Nurjuman Ikhtimbayev and Dalen Shantimirov.
너무나 여러분들 보니까 너무나 많은 관객들을 보니까 더 흥분되는데요.
They are in. Here comes the first attack. The mosque might be here somewhere. Perhaps when the Kazakhs entered, he sees everything. They might reach this spot, the area next to the mosque, the fire zone. The second season of the series got the working title Kazakh Khanate, The Golden Throne. The script is based on Ilyas Berlin's novel The Nomads, but the director's script differs from the original. Separate scenes were picked for film adaptation of a trilogy. The authors came up with a plot appropriate for the genre of the series. Apart from the series, this material will be used to make a full-length film. Script writers are Rustem Abdrashev, Smagul Yalubay and Timur Jaksilikov. We can place Turkmens here. This places them on a wide shot. Then use the Chinese and move the Russians over there. And from here, Russia, look, the Amazons need to run out when I say acting and stand in their place. Then, bang, open the gate and they enter. The period drama is one of the most complicated movie genres. It employs many actors, lots of action and large-scale set. It is vital to plan and organize each mise-en-scene in advance. The experience of artistic director is really helping Rustem. In period piece, every bit, even the smallest detail, plays a crucial role. Abdrashev's team consists of experienced artistic directors like Sabit Kurmanbekov, Omirzak Shmanov, Yedil Nusipov and Marat Karipov. This part needs to be finished. We need to have these structures on hills. Over there, see it? There it is. I closed this area up to here. We have houses here. Look, we have another way out, what Rustem said. Our main entrance to the city is here. Is that right? We show the fragment of the wall and this part from here. All of this is ready. We've got it. Amazons, go! Sasha, go with them. Got it, got it. Girls, keep the rhythm. The gates. The filming takes place on the set built for this series, the Sigunak city. It is the first attempt of such grandiose construction in the Kazakh film studio. In the Middle Ages, Sigunak was a major trading center on the Great Silk Road. In the 12th century, Kipchaks announced it their capital. In 1219, the city was captured by the Mongols, by a detachment of Juchi Khan. In the second half of the 14th century, Sigunak became the capital of the White Horde, and in the 15th century, the headquarters of the first Kazakh Khans. Historians describe the city as follows. Sigunak was very green, surrounded by large buildings. The set of the ancient city preserved historical authenticity. The gilded dome of the majestic palace sparkles in the rays of the setting sun. Every object creates an atmosphere of a distant medieval era. We are inviting experts in history, researchers who are knowledgeable in the history of architecture. It's easy to talk, but in reality, everything is created by hands. Every detail is thought through. When you see it, it takes you to another era. This is a tremendous work carried out by our artists.
Сендердің қазақтың күні туып келеді. Келешек қазақтікі.
Осында. Сарайда қала берсең қайтеді.
Actors Kairat Kemalov and Karlogash Muhamedjanova are involved in filming of this series. The insidious Sheyban Shah is played by the actor Doshan Zoljaksinov. Yurke Bulandayurov portrays Janibek Khan, one of the founders of the Kazakh Khanate. Each character's look was carefully thought through. They even made masks, dolls to help the process.
Вот принц, внук Шейбан Шаха, Шах Мухаммед. Вот у них такой вот.
This is the prince, Shah Muhammad, the grandson of Sheyban Shah.
У них головной убор.
They have similar birthmarks. They are Sheybanids. This doll is Rabia. We are still working on her.
Может, где-то не совсем похожа на нашу Карлыгаш Мухаммеджан.
She might not look exactly like Karlogash Muhamedjan. We were not aiming at making exact copies of actors. We need to show the street theater in which the artist does, as he sees it. This was our task.
Ну, где-то так нарисовал там, да. То есть здесь вот такая вот задача была.
It's the 9th day of shooting in the steppes of Kapshagai. Here, in these picturesque places on the banks of the River Ili, the medieval city, built as a set for the downfall of Atrar, was preserved. Now it is used as Sigunak of the 15th century. We see little shops of merchants, artisans' workshops, and noisy bazaar coming to life. Goods from 500 camel packs were sold in Sigunak each day. Bows and arrows brought by the people of the steppe were in high demand. In exchange, they were buying grain, fabrics, and luxury goods. Many rulers dreamed of conquering this rich and prosperous city. Constant wars led Sigunak to decline. Today, the crew is preparing for a difficult scene, the siege of the city. Over 200 riders are involved in this scene. It doesn't seem that too much at first, but the army looks impressive. Battling scenes require coordinated work of the whole group. There's so much equipment on the set: cavalry, infantry, horses and camels. The tension is growing every minute. Director, just like a commander on the battlefield, sets the group into the proper pace of work. Sapar Kaichumanov and Alexander Plotnikov, experienced cameramen, understand his requests instantly. Sasha, put one camera up there. We'll be shooting their entrance. Do they enter the camp? Yes, get ready. And 2 cameras over here on the actors. Now finish it off. All 3 cameras upwards. The series is about the formation of the Kazakh Khanate and its relationship with neighboring states. The political struggle between Sheyban Shah and Kazakh Khans grows into an open enmity. Kirey and Janibek conquer Sigunak. Kirey perishes in this battle. Janibek is raised on a white koshma, felt carpet, and proclaimed a Khan. The second season ends with the birth of a wise ruler, brave military leader, Haq Nazarov. The project's producer, Arman Asenov, who is also playing the character Batır Koblendy, believes that the show will be interesting to all viewers. This spring, the team will travel to Jambul region to visit places where the Kazakh Khanate was formed. These are the ancient cities of Kulan, Taraz, Badam and Karatau. They've also planned a trip to the sacred city of Turkestan, where the mosque of Hazret Sultan is located.
The
mission of this film is to enlighten, to present the history in interesting and appealing way to the younger audience. Other countries know that our country is relatively young, but it has a complex large-scale history that goes deep into the past. The Kazakh Khanate series is a global project of Kazakh film industry. Future plans include shooting 8 more seasons of the show. Time will show whether Rustem Abdrashev will stay in this project. But the director admitted that he is not planning on limiting himself to one single genre. We'll hear more of his work in the future. That's it for filming in 2017. Shooting on location is finished. Thanks to all departments. Congratulations to everyone. Hooray! Alash! Alash! Alash!
Я управляющий гостиницы. Зовут меня Олег.
Comedy is the leading genre among Kazakhstan film distribution. Topping the box office sales are films produced by Nurlan Koyanbayev Business in Kazakh Way, and Kalinka is also a human, produced by Selsa Dvakasova. This genre has truly become popular. At the end of 2017, another comedy by Sadvakasova, 5 Reasons Not to Fall in Love with a Kazakh, appeared on the screens of cinemas. Meanwhile, the young producer is preparing another surprise for her audience. A new comedy called Classmates is being shot at the moment. The main character is played by the actress and producer of the film, Selsa Dvakasova. Her career in the film industry began when she was 17 years old. Her first role was in a small TV series, Low Caste. Then she became the front singer of a Taoist international band and tried her hand at TV presenting until one day she realized that her vocation was cinema. I'm in show business since 2002. It will be 17 years this year. But right now, I firmly realized that all I want to do is make movies. It was a long way for me to come to this. I was looking for my way, got rejected, especially when it came to producing. For the past 5 years, I was lucky enough to work with really good directors and script writers. The new comedy is written by Alisher Utiev, director Yurnar Nurgaliyev. His portfolio includes numerous music videos, Kazakh TV series and a musical. His preferred genre is melodrama, but it was his comedy Marriage or Brother that brought him fame. This film firmly holds the second place in the Kazakhstan box office. The film Classmates, according to the director, will be different from his previous films. I have 3 films, all of which are different in style. Brother Marriage is more modern. The Sisitar musical is like a fairy tale and more European in style. I like to do something different in every project. I don't have a single style. I am learning, searching and trying to do something new. In comedy, it's important to work with an actor, to make sure they perform their part, getting the humor and jokes, acting on point. Then the viewer will believe it and have a good laugh. The film is about classmates' reunion after 15 years. There will be many comical situations, funny stories and metamorphoses. The plot gives the director a lot of opportunities to experiment and improvise. I don't make a storyboard. I have it all in my head. I didn't study directing. I graduated art school as a painter. I see a benefit in this. When it comes to the image, everything is beautiful, neat and delicate. I'm a fan of experimenting in artistic part. First of all, Yernar proposed to radically change the appearance of the main actress. For this role, Asel has noticeably lost weight and changed her usual hairstyle. Yernar's primarily task was to change me dramatically. He even wanted to cover up my birthmark, so that people in the audience wouldn't recognize me right away. Thank God they left it as it is. It's great that she wants something interesting and is not afraid of experiments. There are many actors who are afraid of it. I like to change something in actors' appearance. Shave their hair or mustache off, redo their hair. I don't like when an actor goes from one project to another with the same look, same style. I want to change them, everything in them. My heroine doesn't look like me at all. And she's very different in character as well, says the actress. The only thing that unites us is the love for animals. This girl is rather ambitious. She wanted to achieve heights through her studies, her education, and now she reached her 30s, still not married, and decides to organize a reunion to see her first love, her ex-husband. They got married after graduating, but it didn't work out for some reason. This story is revealed during the reunion. The actors starring in this film are Irina Ajmuhamedova, Olja Sabay, Doren Aydarkulov, Asel Kaliyeva and Raya Adiganova. All characters are interesting. All were picked by Yernar. Former classmates always have stereotypical characters. There are always nerds and bad students. Each class has an athlete, an entertainer, and so on and so forth. This one is a bully, two besties over there, mean girls. This is a standard scheme, and it was important for us that the script writers wrote everything in a way to preserve each type of characters. After all, we make our movie for the people, so that everyone who sees it can say, yes, this is me, or yes, this is someone I knew. Alejandro Chavez was invited as a director of photography. Alejandro is from Mexico. From a young age, he was fond of photography and documentary films. Alejandro likes to travel, so when one day his group mate from the university invited him to Kazakhstan, he agreed without hesitation. He managed to shoot 2 movies in the course of his 9-month stay in the country, including the musical Sisi Tai. This film brought him and Yernar Nurgaliyev together. It didn't take him long to find a common language with the director. He is certain that movies are a universal art that doesn't require any translation.
Communicate about connecting with the director, with Yernar. He's a very kind person. He knows very well what he wants. He is, how do you say, pretty much straightforward when he goes for a shot. So, and he gives a lot of things to create with. Like he speaks a little bit, but he says a lot. He speaks little, but he says a lot, and that gives you a lot of information to work with.
Working with him is easy. We had this understanding from the very beginning of our work. Words like lower angle, 50, 25, that's all we needed. It's easier to work that way. You saw it, I say, long or medium shot, and he gets it right away. That's it. Pictures up, camera, all set, action. Making a good comedy is not an easy task. I think the genre itself is very good. I like it a lot. I hope that if I get to continue as a producer, I'll be making movies like this. I would add other genres as well for the sake of development, but the comedy will always remain in my list. A good, kind comedy, which will be a pleasure to watch even after years have passed.
Но комедия в любом случае останется. Хорошая, добрая комедия, которую пересмотреть и через несколько лет как бы будет приятно.
Нет, спасибо, Марчелло, я не буду. В следующий раз.
Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I don't talk to strangers on the streets, even with cute men like you. Actually, we just wanted to pass, though. Come along.
Вообще-то можно было обойти.